Let's come on in. Welcome to red light therapy here in Hommersåk. So you can see, quite an easy, nice little setup with 3 booths. We'll be visiting them shortly, just to have a look, to see what they're all about. And yeah, this is where I go after I do my strength training or cardio, or if I have an injury, or if I got sunburned or burned on the stove, or you know, my stomach is upset, or my knees hurt, or whatever I have. Yeah, let's have a little view inside the different rooms. First one here, there's one over there, is yeah, Mito Red. And just a quick turn on, so you can see. I'd say these work. And of course, a little bit of air is never wrong. They do get quite warm. These ones are platinum lead. You can see here on the top here. The Mito Reds, they have 4 wavelengths. 2 red, 2 near infrared. So does these, but they also have blue lights. So for people that wants to not only heal but also promote good skin health, panel with a blue light, they're really good for that, as well as being really good ones for just after the workouts and training. So I do 2 times 10 minutes. I'm going to be using these here today because I've been training early on today. So then I go in here and I do 10 minutes front, 10 minutes back, and do the entire body to really heal and to assist. So that's the second room. This is, as you can see here, these are the EMR tech. And the cool thing about the EMR tech is that they have 2 wavelengths of red, 2 of near infrared, but also, as you can see here and there, UVA and UVB. And for those who is concerned with UV radiation, you should try and look up newer research and see how important and healthy it is. The UVA, if I remember correctly, also when you get it through your eyes, I'm not saying staring directly at this one, but when you get it through your eye, sunlight or this, and if you do like, you know, squinting of your eyes, then it helps with your testosterone production as well. But the red and near infrared light as well, if you have it on your privates, will also increase your testosterone production. Quick show on these. So you can see here this is how they work. My eyes open. I've been doing for quite some time. So yeah. And those panels I didn't know actually existed. They were not on any tests or anything. But I saw a video with Eddie Hall, and it was brought up there. He was using it, and knowing a little bit about the research on red light, near infrared light, but also UVA and UVB, I just had to, you know, we had to try them and let other people try them. So you won't be very brown using them, but there should be sufficient amount if you use it like 3, 4, 5 times a week to help keep a good color on your skin, but also to produce all the necessities that happens with both the red and near infrared light, but also UVA and UVB. UVA for the skin and the vision, as I said, for you know, setting the circadian rhythm and all that, but also with the UVAB for the vitamin D or hormone D, which is production. So yeah, I use the red light therapy for so many things, and it's just one of my go-tos. From you start a new, let's say you start with new tech or new health regimen or supplements or whatever it is, before you get used to it, and then you kind of, this is the new standard, and you don't really feel a big difference because, it has been normalized that this is the new standard for you. But then if you take it away and you give it a couple of weeks, and then you really feel, when you go back to it where you were before, then you really can feel the difference. So that's a good way of, testing things. Go on it, do it, do it for, not only for real, do it thoroughly, and then remove it afterwards. But you need to do it thoroughly for quite some time, let's say for 4-6 weeks, and then you take it away again, and then you try to notice the difference, and you will notice the difference. You can use it for immensely much. And the reason why it's working so well for so much without being dangerous in any way, actually, is that the wavelengths go into the mitochondria, and it's working on the electrotransport chain, and it works on a part of it that is this cytochrome C oxidase, part of the electron transport chain. So in short terms, what it does is that it helps to release nitrogen, which I think has binded up oxygen, and doing so you get the benefits from nitrogen, which is really good for expanding your blood vessels and dilating many things inside. You'll feel more refreshed. You have a better sense of wellness. You'll have you'll be able to work harder, longer. You'll feel more, as we said, awake. It'll help boost your immune system and many things. It's also more concentrated than normal sunlight, so you'll struggle to get the same amount just being outside. But of course, if you're one of the lucky souls who is outside from early morning till late evening and never inside, and there is quite a lot of sun year round where you are, perfect. Here in Norway, not so much. We do have a little bit less sun during winters, and during even spring, summers, and everything. Most of us still have work inside, spending time inside for whatever reason. So then it's really crucial to have this type of this therapy available for us. And it really does make a change. One of the changes I noticed very early on was it gave me more energy. I'm not saying every time, because no 2 days are the same, but I would say 4 out of 5 times I do red light therapy, my body feels so light afterwards. My legs feel very light. It's like even if I've had a leg day or been out for a run, after doing the 2 times 10 minutes, it's like, all right, I'm ready for the next one. It's amazing, and it feels really good. I've also used red light therapy on myself, so I at least know it works for me. The research is extensive, so I'm quite sure it would work for almost everyone, if not absolutely everyone. But I've operated twice in my shoulder, and last time I operated, we had the red light therapy devices, so I used the whole panel as we saw inside, the Micro Red ones, and also used one of these small handheld battery operated devices. Could really, not this brand, I'm not presenting or selling any product, so you can use whatever you like. I would recommend to get one of the handheld devices on that battery run, because you can travel with them, and it's really nice to have them if you go on a vacation or a business trip or whatever, and you can use it in the morning to wake up, you can actually have it towards your face. There's research showing that, don't hold it up close here, a little bit further off, but that shows that red light and near infrared light on your retina actually improves your eyesight. So I'm not saying stare into them at all times, but you get the same wavelengths when you're out in the open, when there's daylight. So it would be quite strange if you couldn't do both. Again, they are more concentrated. That's why more distance when you have them into your eyes, and not that much time. I think it's about 2 to 3 minutes once a day is enough. So I've used it for that on my eyes. The injuries, yeah, I had a return to play, as they say, on the injury. It should take about 12 months before I was normal. I could, after 4 months, do everything that I wanted without it being a problem. There was no hurting. Everything was tight, fine. I could lift heavy again. I could run. I could play tennis. I could do everything, and the doctors didn't understand what the hell happened. It shouldn't be possible. When I told them about the red light therapy, they quickly just shut the door, and no, it's just an exception. I would say almost every people to try this, because it's non-invasive, it's not dangerous, and you can go ahead and just find your thing. I would say this: don't overdo it, not because it's dangerous, but because it doesn't work. And it takes a little bit of time for the body to get used to the red light therapy. Most people can just jump in, do it full bore from the first get-go. But normally we say 3 to 5 minutes the first time, and then let's say you do this 3 times a week, then use about 2 weeks to ramp up to, let's say, 2 times 10 minutes. Some people who tend to be very light sensitive with the sun and everything. We've had a couple of those as well. They need to really start low and slow. And even these people, they can get rashes and can feel, unwell. But it's not because it's dangerous. It's just that it takes a lot less to saturate the body and to get used to this type of treatment. So then they might have to start with just half a minute or 1 minute, 1 minute front, 1 minute back, and then let's say once or twice a week. And then they might have to ramp up within let's say 8 weeks before they can do like 2 times 10 minutes or whatever. This facility here is just around the corner from 2 gyms, and we have almost no people coming in from the gyms. If they knew how effective this was when you go to a gym, what it increases for the men especially, but the women as well, the testosterone normally, and helps with the sleep, helps with regulate down your resting heart rate, and it gives you more energy. You recover a lot more. You take care of your muscles and your sinews and joints and everything. They just work better, and they can perform a lot better, much safer. There's research that shows, and there's give and take, but about 15% increase in your training if you do red light therapy in addition, and a 15% increase. I don't know how much people train, but 15% when you do train, that's a hell of a lot. And if 15% isn't good enough, then I would really reconsider what you think that the body is or should do normally. You have to do very strong drugs to get beyond the 15%. Try it for a month or 2 or 3, and then go off it for a couple of months, and then again, if you want to, try another month or 2, and you'll notice the difference. And then you can say, is this for me or not? But you should try it for several things, and you should have a baseline documented as well, because we have the worst memory in the world ever. I would really ask people to do that before they do, because then you can also document that actually there has been changes. As we said initially, 6 weeks, you get used to it, you forget, and it's like, nah, this doesn't work. For my sake, I'm not going to stop doing this the next 50 years. I'm going to continue. Hell, if I'm going to stop, ever. You know, listen to people, I've looked at people, I've been with people doing this, we've looked at research, you can see all the big sporting stars are doing this, even for the people in Norway, the Norwegian sporting stars, more and more people are using this because of the benefits. It's like, it's no-brainer, just use it. And you have, as we said, sporting teams, you have NASA, you have hospitals are using this. We're using this on our animals as well, not us, but you know, as a world, as a nation. And chiropractors, physiotherapists, everything like that also uses red light therapy in their treatments. And there's also exciting work in regards of activating the vagus nerve, stimulating it with the red light. Kind of covers the first part of the red light therapy and why I love it. Here in Norway, before we round off, here in Norway, we're about 5 to 10 years behind the US. And the US, most people know what the red light therapy is because it's been there for such a long time. So it's more like, should I buy one? I want to try one. Have you tried? Yeah, I've tried it. You know, the neighbor, yeah, he tried as well. And so on and so forth. But here in Norway, it's like, people still don't know too much about it. And if they do, they think, it's not going to work, it's just light. And how wrong they are. But it's very understandable. And I've been that person myself for so many years. So yeah, I can really relate and I can really understand, but I'm hoping that my voice will be one of many that says that just get a hold of one or just try it and don't expect one session to give you anything. If it was so effective that it worked with just one session, it would be more things like you get during operation in a hospital or when you do medication, and they come with a hell of a lot of side effects. So red light therapy, taking more time and being more subtle in the terms of how quickly it works and how you feel the effect on yourself, is one of the safest way to realize that, all right, this is actually good for me. It's good for my body. It can handle it. It loves it. It can use it. Let's do it. But operations and medications, I'm not doing it. I've done my share. Ain't doing no more if I can avoid it. If it's acute, if I were, God forbid, something happens to me and I really need to do it just for a couple of days, 1 week max, then yeah, of course I will. But if there's other means that I can do instead, like this time I got my previous operation when I had red light therapy devices available, both for the entire body but also locally, I got painkillers, and I just did one when I did the surgery itself, and then I got these pills with me back home. I didn't touch one because it made me so sick. I use a Garmin watch, I use an Oura ring, and I measured a lot of data, and they all just went terrible after I did the painkiller. So I didn't do any more, and I managed to reduce the pain with the red light therapy. I didn't have to do any more painkillers. And even though it was just like 24 to 36 hours after the surgery, all my vitals became better as soon as everything from the initial painkiller left my body. It's just, so again, if you have to do it, then of course you do it. It's not, I'm saying no, not doing it. But if there's better ways, more natural ways, safer ways to maintain and to improve, then do so. It'll take a lot more time and the effect will never be as high as what is not natural. But it will allow you to excel, improve, enjoy, be healthy, be happy, and be a better version of yourself. And I think that should count the most. All right, enough about that. I need to get some red light. So, all right, I'll see you on the inside. All right, so today's red light session. Let's bring it on online. Let's see what's what. So the first thing, I started. Just pressing start button. Goes on, all wavelengths. This you can of course adjust if you want to, but I use everything it has. So it's about 25-30 centimeters away. That should be fine. So that'll be about 12 inches, I think. Yeah, 8 to 12 inches. So yeah, and as you can see, I'm not afraid to look at this, and I have done, and it has done nothing to my eyes apart from just feeling normal, and I can view everything normal. So, but I'm not saying look into the panels. Keep your eyes closed. That's what I do for most of the time anyways. And then if you still are concerned, then by all means just use glasses. Not sunglasses, but you know, the same glasses you use when you do sunbaths. All right. Well, yeah, maybe one more thing. I'm not going to show you everything here, but as you can see, I don't have much clothing on. I have a little bit, and it is to do with less clothing gives more skin, so the body can absorb the red light and blue light and near-infrared light better. If you wear clothes, you will block a little bit of it out. It depends on the clothes, the fabric, the color, and so on. Jeans is like 100% block. Well, if you use linen, it's like more like a 10 to 20 if it's dry. If it's a wet one, maybe a little bit more. 30, 40, but there's been done research on that as well, so you can find it online. I can't remember the numbers, so don't quote me on it. But again, maximize your bare skin if you can, and just enjoy the red light. I will.